Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 7-9. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, Durham's online community paper, which you can check out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and I invite you to click on that link on the Facebook side. Be sure to use Chrome. And just join me on camera, shoot the breeze, etc. And, promote yourself. So let's get started. Let's see, with the word page, the nonprofit and government information page. Try to avoid, I think they call it summer slide. And that happens when kids don't read over the summer. And then the slide indicates the fact that they lose some of their knowledge, some of their reading and comprehension skills by not reading. So, in light of that, check out the free books at the Book Harvest Rapid Response Center, which is on University Drive, right where Highway 15501 begins. So you go there and they have these outdoor bookshelves. You can just peruse the bookshelves and take a couple of books home to keep forever. And they have like really nice collection of culturally inclusive books. So that's really cool. So check them out. I think the bookshelves are stocked 24/7, so you can go after lunch, after dinner, whenever, pick up some books. And yeah, there you go. So let's see what else is on the word page. Oh, just check out the different city and county programs that I have listed. Like if you've fallen behind in your water bill, need help with your rent, etc. So check that out as well. And speaking again of summer slide, the libraries are open. Let me check the hours. So you can visit for 1 hour at a time. They want to keep everybody safe. You still have to have your mask. So with today being Friday, that means that the East, North, South, Southwest Regional, Stanford L. Warren, and Bragtown branch libraries are all open today from 2 until 6, and then tomorrow from 10 until 2, and then not again until Tuesday. The main branch, you can't go in just yet unless you're picking up a book that you have put on hold online. All right, let's see. Go Durham and Go Triangle. Let me find that. That's the bus companies, by the way. So contact Go Durham or Go Triangle because you can get a free shared ride to and from your COVID vaccination appointment. It's free. So 24 hours in advance. And I was told here that the afternoon spots fill up really quickly. So see if you can get a morning appointment for your vaccine. Now, of course, with it being hot these days, morning is good because it's cooler in the morning. Just saying. Okay. Let's see. RNS Sports. Let me scroll down to RNS Sports, which is also known as Ron and Shoot Sports. They have the Project 300 program starting up. It's going on right now through Sunday, August 8th. And this is where you, hopefully, me, whoever can help, can donate free new sneakers to this endeavor. And this is where they're trying to outfit low-income kids who are going to start school really soon. And this helps them to, look good, feel good. They're going to have new sneaks, hopefully, on their little feet at the beginning of the school year. So if you can go ahead and make your donation of new sneakers, they would greatly appreciate it. So they're going to have the big sneaker giveaway next month on the 15th. I'll tell you more about that. And they're looking for vendors, by the way. So you can check that out. Read about it on the word page. Let's see. Now, as you know, Northgate Mall is being auctioned off bit by bit. And Wester Auction and Realty, they're going to have their next round of auctions online this coming Monday at 6 o'clock. So they have, the displays, the mannequins, the furniture, shelves, store facades, etc., etc. Now you can actually go into the mall and see what they have. You do have to sign up first, of course. You just don't roll up. So on Monday, from 10 until 2, you can actually visit Northgate Mall and see what you want to bid on. And of course, once you get home, you can put in your bid, and the auction starts again Monday at 6. Also, Wester has been contracted by the city to run the City of Durham's surplus vehicles and equipment online auction. That's going to be on the 18th, where you can go online and check out the assortment of cars, trucks, SUVs, and heavy equipment. I don't know if that's construction things. I don't know. But go online and see what's up for grabs. Take a look at the inventory, and then put in your bid. And I think you can also do an on-site preview the day before, which will be the 17th. Obviously, I'll tell you about that when it's closer to that date. Okay, let's go to the school tools page. Just a friendly reminder that kindergarten enrollment week starts this coming Monday. So that's Monday through Thursday of next week, Durham Public Schools, where the parents, grandparents, and or guardians can visit their schools, get their kids processed, enrolled and whatnot. You can get help with that between 9 and 4, Monday through Thursday. You can also click on the link that I provide to check out the kindergarten experience, which has probably changed a bit since we were kiddies. And also you can click, if you're ready to enroll your child, you can also click on that link and enroll your kid in English or Spanish. I am ignoring the comments. I am so sorry. Oh my goodness. Gloria de los Santos. Okay, wait a minute. We're having, yes, at Mike D's Barbecue on Andrew and Driver. Gloria, if you're probably at work, but if you want to click on the link after I give the weather report, feel free to join me on camera and let's talk about this special event. I know it's a barbecue event, so they're selling barbecue dinners. Yeah, if you would like to do that, Gloria, just hop on in a few minutes. That would be awesome. Let's see. And Jackie is saying hello, hello, hello. Happy to have you here. And Jackie wants to know places for swim lessons. Ooh. Durham Parks and Recreation, they're opening up the pools. I know that's for sure. As far as the lessons, I'm not sure about that. Let me check into that. But also check out the Play More. You can go to the sports page of the Durham Skyrider and then click on Play More and look at the what they're offering at Durham Parks and Recreation. Because over by me, there's Campus Hills. And then, of course, across town, there's Edison Johnson. And I know the outdoor pools are open for free swim. So definitely let me know what you find out. Again, go to the sports page and click on the Play More and open up the document there from Durham Parks and Recreation and let me know what you find out. And then Gloria is saying that the event is 306 South Driver from 10 until 4. That's at Mike D's. Throw some D's on it. That's her husband's wonderful, I should say the family business. It's really great over there on Andrew and Driver. And Jackie's asking Gloria to post that to the Durham Community NC page. That's her Facebook group page. All right. Okay, we're just conversating here. I love it. Okay, now, did I finish with kindergarten enrollment week? I think I did. Again, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 4. Next is the health page. And as you should expect, I have the COVID test and vaccine updates, including the fact that you can just stroll into the Durham County Department of Public Aid during any weekday from 9 to 4 and 9 to 6 on Tuesdays and get vaccinated, no appointment needed. Also, Lincoln Community Health Center, same deal, stroll in from 9 to 11 on weekdays or 1 to 4 on weekdays and get vaccinated. And then there's a whole bunch of places where you can get vaccinated, including places with Saturday and Sunday hours. Hersey Pharmacy can come to you if you have someone who's homebound because they, due to disability or age, get in contact with Hersey Pharmacy because they will come to their house and vaccinate them for free. There you go. Let's see where Optum Serve is today because they administer free tests. Still necessary because we are out and about. So it's Friday. It means they are at El Centro Hispano until 6, drive-through service available. Also, they're at Oldham Towers until 4:30. I think there's a blood drive today. Let's see. Yes, American Red Cross, they're holding a blood drive today at Yates Baptist Church on Chapel Hill Road this afternoon from 1 until 6. I think that's it for the health page. Let's go to the praise page real quick. Let's see. Jamaat Ibad ar-Rahman, the one on Fayetteville Street, they have two masjids. The one across from Chicken Hut, They're having their Quran and Islamic studies classes for revert Muslims on Fridays from 8:30 until 9:30 this evening for men and women and young people aged 14 and up. And if you're saying, oh, I want to learn about the Quran, but I'm not a revert Muslim, what they mean by revert Muslim, this is really interesting. A friend of mine explained this to me. So in the Islamic faith, everybody is born a Muslim. Okay. And so those of us who are Christian, who maybe decided to become a Muslim, they call those revert Muslims because they're reverting back to the faith of their birth. I hope I explained that right. So anyway, so this class is for everyone who is not considered officially a Muslim. So again, a Quran and Islamic studies class for revert Muslims at Jamaat Ibadat Ar-Rahman across from Chicken Hut from 8:30 until 9:30. Of course, it's free, and you do have to fill out the form, let them know you're coming, and that should be really, really interesting. Let me know if you sign up for that. All righty, let's see. Now let's go to the Let's Go page, the last page that we will be visiting. And of course, I invite you, those of you who, in fact, let me post the link again so that you don't have to scroll up if you're on your phone. So let's see. Join me, typing this with one hand, on camera. That is the link. If you're on the Facebook side, if you want to join me on camera, there's the link right there. I see that Guy Cook. I want to see how hot it is in Washington State. He's waiting in the wings. Be right with you, Guy. So let's check out the Let's Go page, the calendar of events. Let's scroll down to July 9th. Let's see. Oops, that's the 8th. There it is. So, New Visions of Africa restaurant, as always, they will be giving away free meals from 3 until 6, and they are on Faithful Street, right next door to W.D. Hill. Also, a singer, guitarist, Stephen Munoz, he will be leading Lojo, which stands for Log Off, Jam On. That's at the new Boxyard RTP, which is a collection, an artful collection of, they're called shipping containers, you know, those gigantic boxes that China and other companies fill with goodies and send to our country. So Boxyard RTP is really cool. There's different restaurants there. I didn't know that BU Cafe is over there, so there must be 2 BUs. So I'm sure the one downtown is still in business. So anyway, there's these different eateries and a nice big stage for the musicians. So if you're a musician, you can join Stephen Munoz and play music live. Should be really fun. It's like a jam session. You can fill out the form. You can be featured, like play as a featured artist, or join Stephen. So again, this is this evening from 5 until 7 at Boxyard RTP. This is an outdoor event, by the way. Also, Marvis Fun is having her Stay Well virtual line dance class this evening from 7 until 8. It's free on Zoom, and it is fun. Also tonight at The Fruit, which is on South Dillard Street, you know, right by the railroad tracks. So The Fruit and its partner ATC Festivals, they're having the culmination of their Juneteenth Jubilee Art Show and Sale this evening. The closing party is tonight. If I'm not mistaken, free admission, but I think you pay if you want to be like a VIP. So tonight from 7 until midnight, they'll be having art on display. They're going to have fashion, dance, film, painting, sculpture, live performances. DJ Cozart will be spinning music for the end of the night. Blue Light Basement Party. So that sounds like fun. So again, free admission sounds like fun. Now, let me rush through what's happening tomorrow morning, just to let you know, because as you know, Bull City Hangout starts at 10, so I don't want you to miss anything. So the Durham Farmers Market, 8 until noon, downtown in Durham Central Park. Durham Craft Market, 8 until noon, across the street from the Farmers Market. South Durham Farmers Market, 8 until noon, south on Highway 55 in the Greenwood Commons Shopping Center. The Durham Art Market across the street from the Farmers Market, and the Craft Market downtown from 9 until 1 on Hunt Street. Preservation Durham will have their tobacco history walking tour starting at 10 at the Bull in CCB Plaza You do have to sign up nowadays because I think they keep the groups to a certain number because of COVID. Now, with it being the second Saturday of the month, that means free groceries. There's going to be like 3 different places giving away with grocery giveaways. Let's put it that way. So Jules Outreach, their giveaway is from 10 until noon at the KIPP Charter School. That's on Holloway Street. And let's see, Horizon is having their year-round marketplace from 10 until 6. They're right outside Northgate Mall. And then I'll tell you about the giveaways. I'll just mention, okay, so White Rock, they're having their giveaway. That starts at 11, so I'll be mentioning that tomorrow. And then let's see, 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 𝗖𝗜𝗧𝗬 𝗛𝗨𝗧, that's in the afternoon from 2 to 4. So I'll tell you about that tomorrow. All right. Oh, let me go to the sports page because if you or a family member has a physical disability and you don't realize that there's such a thing as adaptive sports, don't be stuck inside just because you have a physical disability, because Bridge to Sports, they're really cool. They have these, I think they call, like I said, adaptive sports. I hope that's the right term. So they have archery tomorrow from 9 until 10, costs $10. It's a Paralympic sport, and it sounds like it's really fun. So archery, 2 sessions, one starting at 9, one starting at 10:15. Air rifles, which is, I guess, shooting guns, I suppose. That's also a Paralympic sport. And then in a couple of weeks, they'll be having their cycling event. And they have these different types of bikes with the, the hand operated and the lying down bikes and all kinds of really fun bikes. So that's a $10 event as well. So even if you have like spinal injury, amputation, stroke survivor, whatever, I guess there's a bike for you that you can operate. Sounds like it's really cool. So check out Bridge to Sports on the sports page. And again, they have events tomorrow. Now, let us check the weather. We've already reached the day's high of 90 degrees. It's sunny. It's hard for me to believe that there's going to be thunderstorms this afternoon because it looks perfect right now. But supposedly, late afternoon, 50% chance of thunderstorms. So we'll see. Tomorrow, 90 degrees and sunny. And let me just check just real quick, because sometimes these forecasts change. I can't snap my fingers, but change like real fast. Let's see. It still says, okay, it still says 4 o'clock. Thunderstorms. I don't know. Anyway, that is the forecast. So the only person who's had the guts to click on the link to join me on camera is Guy R. Cook. So let's see what's new in Washington State. And if you actually are getting up the nerve, 10 people can be on camera at once, like the Brady Bunch. So let's see. There we go. Guy, has it cooled off yet in Washington State?
Today it's amazing. I don't know if I can show you on the phone, but right now it is 77. 77? Today's high is only going to be, I say only because it's relative to here, 96 is the high for today, but it's only 77 right now.
That's still pretty high for Pacific Northwest.
The weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be in triple digits again. We're going to be, I think it's 101, 104 on, Saturday's 101, Sunday's 104, and then it's going to be in triple digits all week next week.
Wow. Did you try the trick of dunking your feet in cool water to stay cool?
No. I tried the trick of staying in the house, and that seems to work.
Okay.
That's
fair enough.
Yesterday, I did go outside. The queen of everything, as we call my wife. That's a long story. I won't go into. Anyway, the queen was running out of Diet Pepsi. That's her drink of choice. So I said, I'll run over to Walmart. It's like a couple hundred yards to Walmart from our house and get it. I got out of the garage. I got out of the car at Walmart, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. Just, and then I made the mistake of going over to Home Depot because she needed a flower pot to put a plant in. She has one in the kitchen window. I put in a glass of water to get roots.
She needed
Yeah.
a flower pot.
Yeah. So I said, well, if I'm already out getting the Pepsi, might as well go get the flower pot. I went out to Home Depot, and the garden center is exposed to the sun. I didn't think about it.
So it caught fire?
I reached up and grabbed the flower pot. It was like it's been in an oven. I bet you that flower pot, when I first touched it, was probably 150 degrees.
Whoa.
It was hotter than your bare hands could normally handle. So I had to reach into the shelf. There was some that were in the shade in the back, and those you could touch.
Yeah.
So I grabbed one of those. And let's talk about containers. There's an interesting fact. Those shipping containers you talked about.
Oh, shipping containers, yes.
That rang the bell. I remembered in Tacoma, which is immediately south of Seattle. There was a big tribal casino on the waterfront. They had an old riverboat like the Mississippi paddle wheelers on the back.
Yeah. Okay.
And making a ton of money. Okay.
Okay.
They said we're closing down to go back to shipping containers because we'll make more money with shipping containers with those big, huge skylift cranes that put them on the boats. Have you ever seen those?
No. No. But
YouTube it. It's an awesome setup. They have these big, huge transport ships, and they might have like 6 or 7 layers stacked up of those shipping containers that are.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah.
Just huge. And they said that they were going to close that casino and convert it back to being a waterfront port because it had been dredged out, for the riverboat, right? So that could accommodate the cargo ships. So that's all I don't know what the dollars and cents are of each, apples and oranges. I don't know. I just know that.
But the thing is, though, Guy, it costs money to really do those shipping containers right, because I was watching YouTube videos about how people are converting them into homes.
Oh yeah, those tiny houses out of containers
they retain heat like nobody's business. You go in there and melt. I mean,
yeah, but you can get spray on insulation and put it on the inside. I wouldn't worry about the heat. I wouldn't. Okay. I wouldn't. You could insulate it just like to the umpteenth R factor. You know how that's how they measure insulation.
You said they're trying to save money. I'm just saying.
Yeah. There was a guy years ago. We had to have an addition where we moved in. We had a garage, but then it got converted. So he came in as part of the county's inspection to see if we had sufficient insulation, and he just had like a ray gun, and he just pointed it at the wall and said, "Yeah, you've got R30 there. That's really good."
Wow.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah. Technology's advanced far beyond my, when he said we're going to have to measure insulation, I thought they were going to have to chop a hole in the wall, and
guess not, huh?
No, they just point this thing. Zap.
It's weird. When I go to the Durham Center for Senior Life, they point a device, and I'm like, whoa.
And to measure your temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that. They do that here too. They have those.
I guess it makes sense. I mean, otherwise you'd have to have a bunch of disposable thermometers.
Remember I told you I went to Walmart. When I was leaving, they were pointing one of those things at one of their employees. They filter every employee at Walmart store here in Kennewick.
Good.
When coming in,
that'd be safe.
Check them to make sure their temperature isn't too high. And I was listening to NPR this morning, and that variant D of the virus, it's running wild. The people that are not getting vaccinated, if you're watching right now and you're not vaccinated, get that way. Because if you're not, I'm going to tell the queen of everything, and she'll come get you.
Yeah, I did actually here in Durham County. I think I said this last time we were talking about this. 99% of the people with COVID now are unvaccinated. So that's kind of like a deciding factor. You got to get vaccinated. Yeah.
He said,
because this Delta variant is kind of more.
I don't know where he got the information, but my youngest son, Stephen, who's in politics and all that stuff, he said there's only been 2 deaths in the United States of vaccinated people. People that were vaccinated still died. You know, they could have had other health issues. I don't know what the all the gravy on the potatoes. I don't know what the whole story was, but the only 2 have died. Everyone else that's in the hospital is unvaccinated. Now, let's talk about this right here.
What? 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗚𝗧𝗬@gmail.com?
Yeah. See, so yours, my hand is over there. I'm pointing at yours.
Right.
Edit your name and say Durham 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟@gmail.com.
Here's the thing. No, wait, let me explain.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was a guest. I was the guest on StreamYard.
Right.
What's it called? StreamYard Showcase.
And this gadget wouldn't play it. I tried to listen to it because it's only 77 degrees outside, right? So I'm sitting outside with letting the dogs protect us from the squirrel. You know, the squirrels are running rampant, I guess, and so they got to be kept in check by the dogs. They're out there barking at them stuff. So anyway, I saw Eileen Smith said, "Oh, I caught that on the YouTube thing." I said, "Oh, I want to see that. See if I got a shout out." And so I clicked on it. Nothing. It says unavailable. So I don't know if it was over or if it doesn't work on mobile. I'm going to try it on the desktop. I got other stuff to do, but that's one of the things that's on the agenda of things for Guy to see and do.
Well, actually, you can go to the StreamYard Facebook page. Right. You can also go to the StreamYard YouTube channel. So there's they'll have an archive of it, I'm sure. Oh yeah. You can, because they have a channel. You can watch all their old shows. It was really fun being a guest because I'm used to being the one running the show. You're a fan
of StreamYard. I don't know why they don't have you on every week. Because I mean, as far as StreamYard hours of use, you must be right up there.
Well, here's the thing, though. I did give a suggestion after the show. We did have a discussion after the show offline. Offline, and I told Dana that I had an idea for them to have like AMAs because people really love the tips that I was giving. I was giving all these tips. You might have to tell your listeners what an AMA is. AMA is Ask Me Anything. Right. And I told Dana to maybe she should invite people on the StreamYard page to list their area of expertise. Like yours would be, I guess, SEO and internet solutions. But yeah, okay. Internet solutions, yes. And so I was suggesting to Dana, since some of us have real expertise, like I've given workshops on how to interview people, and I've done that for TV networks and different folks. So that's my area of expertise is creative ideas and interviewing skills. And yours would be internet connections. I told her like Kurt Nugent, he specializes in houses of faith, live streaming for houses of faith. That guy Pete I think he's from Australia, live performance techniques. So she says that's a good idea. So they might start up a new show where they're going to ask people if they'd be willing to come on and answer questions about their areas of expertise. Because why shouldn't we all improve, right? Because I have a question. Okay.
It falls under the Ask Me Anything. No, I'm not going to ask you where the troll is over your shoulder. When you do interviews, it's still there. Oh, it's still there. I always check every day. There's a pig there now, and we'll have to get the story about that pig. But I figured, well, it must be from the craft fair across the street from the farmer's market. Anyway.
I can answer your question, but go on.
Okay. Go on. When you do interviews, do you send the questions that you would like to ask first? You don't?
No.
See, now I do that because I don't want to ever stump the band. Like, I don't want to say, well, who prints up your posters on the wall behind you? Gosh, I wasn't ready for that question. But
here's the thing, though. What I do, because again, my job is to help you share information. So my goal is never to try to scoop you. Right. So we have like a pre-interview little talk. Of course, they usually know why I want to talk with them. If they wrote a book and they sent me the book and I read it, they know I'm going to ask about the book. Yeah. But as far as everybody else, we have a talk about what we're going to discuss because they're usually nervous and they ask me, can you send me questions in advance? And I say no, because sometimes my questions will be based on your answer. Because if you're paying attention, you need to learn how to riff off of what they're telling you, because that might take you in another direction.
Okay.
You know? So yeah, sometimes I also ask, what don't you want me to ask? Because sometimes
I agree with that.
Situation where
they don't want to talk about their recent divorce, right? They don't want to talk about losing $600,000 on a Ponzi scheme. Don't bring that up. It's a bad subject. So that's why yours truly has 27 questions that are just a real broad brush questions. Okay. You pick 5 of those that you want to talk about. And so we're not going to talk about growing turnips in the pig's pen made them taste funny. Well, we won't have that as a question. Okay.
Okay.
But if one of the questions on the list is, what are you working on right now that you're real excited about? Then, you know, if you've written a book, of course, that's going to bazinga go into that. So
that's cool.
I think that I have to agree we disagree in that you kind of do the same thing. If you have a pregame huddle, I will call it, in relation to sports, where you talk to the people and say, well, what are we not going to talk about and so forth. That's almost the same as sending out the questions, and I've got them on the blog, and so they can go in anytime look at them.
Yeah, and most people know I have a community newspaper. So if I'm talking to someone from Durham,
right,
and for example, they're the police chief, naturally I'm going to ask about crime. So, you know what I mean? So yeah, and like I said, it's never my goal to scoop anyone and to gotcha type journalism.
Yeah, like Johnny Carson. And an analogy I did was when Johnny Carson used to play that game, and he'd go up in the audience and say, "Stump the band," and then they'd tell the name of the song is blah blah blah, and so the band would have to come up with something, and if they didn't know it, they would ad lib it.
You're really reaching back. Okay, I almost sort of kind of remember that kind of.
It's on YouTube. Go just type in "Stump the Band" and it'll come up.
Actually, anyway, Pluto, that free service, Pluto TV, they have a Johnny Carson channel.
If someone wants to cut the cable and save money on TV, Pluto is. Remember at Thanksgiving they always have that little horn of cornucopia where it's got everything. Pluto is real close to that. Pluto is almost a cornucopia of TV entertainment. They've got movies, they've got news, they've got
Doctor Who, they got kids programming, they got Hispanic programming, they've got sports, all these different news channels.
Oh yeah, and not just one or two. They've got I think last time I counted was 13 or 14 different news.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're awesome.
And they're not all the same thing. Like you're not going to see CBS News and NBC News and ABC News. Okay, tell us about the pig.
Well, what I did was, you can't really see, but to my left here, I had a toaster oven, and this and some other fun items were on top of the toaster oven. But I discovered, now that I have an air fryer, I don't need the toaster oven. So I gave the toaster oven away to make room for my new iced tea maker. So I had to move my pig somewhere. So I put him on the shelf, and a little troll is on the shelf below.
Yeah.
So Piggy, and I got this pig. This guy.
It's going to be people our age that know what a troll even is. The youngsters, they don't have them. It's like a troll. What do you mean a troll?
I was at an event where I was selling my toys, my handcrafted toys. And there's this guy selling these little piggies. And I said, oh my God, that is so adorable. I said, what gave you the idea to make these little things? And he said, one day he was drunk and bored. And he took out his, what do you call it? Chainsaw.
Right.
And started.
Oh, he makes them with a chainsaw?
I guess the little groove thing.
Yeah. The notch.
I guess he does it with the chainsaw, notch.
Yeah.
So, and then I guess these are marbles for eyes. And it's just adorable. Look at the little tail. It's just adorable. So I had to get one.
Now, does that pig have a name?
I call
Because
him
if it
Piggy.
doesn't have a name, we could do a Durham Skywriter Name the Pig contest.
Good idea. I might do that.
Ideas are my life.
This is Iggy. This is
Yeah,
Iggy.
Iggy. Yeah,
Or is it Ziggy? Wait a minute. No, Iggy. Iggy. Yeah.
he's
So,
famous.
yeah. Well, he's from childhood.
He's been on the shelf since I can remember.
Yeah,
Since
look
the
at
first
this
time I
troll.
ever was at the hangout, that troll, I went, wow, she's got a troll.
A real troll from the 60s.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is from the 60s, 1960s. So
When
it's a treasure, and I
we
love
came
him.
back from England. My dad was in the service, so we lived in England for 3 years. When we
Mhm.
came back, his sister, I call her Aunt Helen because that's her name. She
Mhm.
went to this carnival fair or something, and she got me a coconut piggy bank. So
Ooh.
it was like a coconut that they'd hollowed out, of course, and then cut a slot in it so you put the pennies in, and
Oh,
then the wooden
cool.
base bolted on the bottom. Well, the coconut
Okay.
got broke from years of being around. It got broke, but the little monkey on the palm
Mhm.
tree,
Mhm.
it's about maybe where's the camera? About
Mhm.
this tall, about 4 inches tall. I still
Mhm.
have that. That was my first
Oh,
American
wow.
toy ever from when we lived overseas. When we got
Wow.
to overseas, right? And I was
Mhm.
like, I think when we got there, I was 7. Let me think.
Mhm.
No, I must have been 8. I must have been 8. Are going to be 8 in September. I said, "Where's my trike?" They moved all the stuff, but I didn't see my
Mhm.
tricycle. And no
Uh-oh.
trike because I hadn't learned to ride a bicycle yet.
Mhm.
I learned to ride a bicycle in England, but that's another
Cool.
whole story. I still don't have the video. My dad was riding that bicycle, little 20-inch bicycle, riding it
Mhm.
around
Oh, wow.
before he
Okay.
brought it home to give to me.
Cool.
Make sure it's put together right and everything was cricket. So that's another
Cricket.
English
Wow.
word.
It's
Yeah,
English, all right.
that's
I
one of
got
the words I brought home from England. Yeah.
I got to ask you this because
Okay.
kids are so quick to learn.
Yes.
So when you returned back to the States at age, I guess, 11,
Okay.
did you have an English accent?
Oh yeah, yeah. In fact, our English accent. Now this is kind of weird.
I wish it was on tape.
This is kind of weird. My mom one time, I'll never forget this. Think back. This was probably 1960, something like that.
Mm.
And our house, the back of it was a bungalow. The backyard had like where the coal was stored on the left-hand side was like a
Mhm.
wall kind of. And then there was a big, huge yard on the other side of that. So we'd go out there and hang out with the neighborhood kids and play. So
Mhm.
mom one day said, I want to see if the boy, you always check on your kids, right?
Mhm.
So she listened for our voices. I don't hear them. And so she
I bet I know why.
put down the dish towel, came around the corner. What are you guys doing? Oh, we're just playing, Mom. And we're talking American then.
Mhm.
She says, I didn't hear you. I says, oh, well, we were talking to Nigel and Peter. That's the kids that live next door.
You were
And
code switching.
she went back around the corner, didn't go clear back into the house.
You said, hey, blimey, mate.
Right. And then we go, Nigel, it's your turn. Get over here at the bat.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And so Mom was going, oh my God, my kids are
He's bilingual.
It's not schizophrenic, but it's close, because like just like turning off a light switch,
Mhm.
we would go because that's the only way they'd understand it. I'll never forget when you're in the military,
Mhm.
they must have this pep talk they give the soldiers, say, these are the words you can't say. Okay, in
Mhm.
this language, this word that you've been saying is offensive, vulgar
Oh,
language. And
okay.
the word that got us the most puzzled was bloody.
Oh, yeah.
If you're in England and you say
That's rude.
bloody anything, it's like the F-bomb. It's just
It's like rude.
not
Yeah.
done. And I said, well,
Yeah.
what happens if somebody gets hit in the nose and that red stuff comes out? They have a bloody nose, right? No, that's called a bleedy nose.
How cute.
And so we're all
Okay.
the time, of course, now that we knew that, we're
Mhm.
armed with the knowledge and say, well, I'm going up to the bloody shop to get some bloody fireworks. And take my bloody
Mhm.
allowance. It's just, we were the most foul-mouthed Americans. Oh gosh,
How
it was
about
terrible.
that?
Yeah, and there's other words, but nothing comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
But there was phrases like the other day, Kelvin
You don't have to
posted up,
repeat them necessarily because somebody English might be listening and very offended.
and the one I said to Kelvin the other day, he was talking about this bungalow or a cottage. They was on vacation someplace in England.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Oh, this is really nice." And I said, "It's quite right." That's an English phrase.
Quite right.
Quite right. And
Quite right.
that's going to be good for the neighborhood where he lives because they're,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's very proper. That's
Mm-hmm.
the best.
Quite
right.
indeed.
Yes.
Cool.
So
Very cool.
I'm going to maybe go to the movie. Remember the old rumored date night? Well, I went to Darlene and I said, you know, we should have date night. And I said, why? Because we, you know, we're not worried about that. And I said, well, you know, that new Black Widow movie is out from Marvel. It's at the theater. Or do you want to see The Quiet Place Part 2, which is a sequel? Oh, it's these big monsters. They can't see you, but they can hear you. And then they hear you, they come and rip you apart. So, yeah, the Earth is invaded by these things or something. I don't know. I haven't watched it, so I can't tell you a whole lot. Anyway, so without even blink, she says, Black Widow. We got to see the Marvel show. Absolutely.
Okay.
So, in the Google search engine, it'll tell you in maps how far away you are from the place you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie theater is right across the street from where we live.
Oh, that's nice. How convenient.
389 feet.
Okay.
In a straight shot. So I could hit it with those air rifles you're talking about. Remember BB guns?
Yeah. I don't think my
air
brother
rifles,
ever had one, but
air
I do
rifles
remember.
are like the I guess you'd call it the evolution of the BB gun. They're really powerful, really strong. You could get shot with a BB gun, and if you're wearing a burlap sack for armor, no problem. Pellet gun would go right through it and kill you. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're really strong. They're
Good
like
to know.
you can get pellet guns that would be like a 22 short rifle, which
I don't like guns.
yeah. Anyway,
No.
that's enough of that. That event that they're going to have with air rifles, that's good. Teach them some gun safety.
You're talking about the bridge to sports that I mentioned.
Yeah, you talked about that.
Air rifle.
I listened to the show. You thought I was just wearing these headphones for
No,
looks.
you're listening.
Okay.
I know you're listening. But I didn't remember about the air rifle. It's such an unfamiliar phrase for me. I mean, air rifle, they're shooting air.
You're going to have to get out more.
I'm just not interested in guns. But with air rifles, you are shooting something, not just air, apparently.
Yeah. No, it's got just compressed air that makes the projectile fire. You just you pump them up like a tire pump, right?
Oh.
So you pump up the air rifle, or they could get the real fancy air rifles, have a little cylinder that's about this long of CO2 gas, and the CO2 powered air rifles. Yeah, you just put that cylinder in, and then you shoot. I don't know how many rounds you can shoot.
But it hurts, right? Does it hurt?
Oh yeah. If you're on the other end, the recipient.
So you didn't aim it. So it's not a toy. You don't aim it at people.
Right. That's correct.
Okay.
Air rifles are not to be toyed with.
Okay. Wow.
Another little air rifle safety tip that we'll put into the show.
Do not aim it at your little sister.
Yeah. So now, my concern now is, being it's Friday, right? Do I need to reserve seating for the movies? Because I'm not sure if they're at full capacity now. It seems like the governor said we're going to open everything back up. So I'm going to have to call and check on that. So that's my gentle kind way of begging off from the Bull City Hangout, which is happening place. Be there, be square.
Well, you can always drop in,
Yeah.
whenever you like.
And don't
And
forget about this right here. Put your email address, and you want to have people
you
contact
see, I
you.
fixed it. DurhamSkyWriter.com. You see, I fixed it. I usually don't have my Gmail address. I usually post the web.
But is there a contact form on the website?
Yes, on certain pages.
Okay. It's not on every page? Pat, we'll have to talk.
Okay.
But I'm going to go to YouTube and look for that StreamYard archive.
Yeah, do that. I really had fun talking with Dana and Kelsey. Thumbs up to StreamYard. And,
oh, yeah. And AMA is right on track. That's awesome. Good idea. I hope
you can participate.
Well, I'm still using Whereby. I'm not evolved to StreamYard. Whereby.
No, but you always come on here with all these tips, because not all the tips that I gave were StreamYard specific, because I was talking also about Canva.
Yeah. I just signed up for that. I'm using Canva a lot. And the podcast.
I like Canva.
The ability of Canva to give you a template that you just change the text a little bit, and bazinga, you're done. It's
really cool. But I think you saw, I don't know what's going to happen when I click on this. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
There it is. Be right back.
Is that a Canva?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Isn't that cool?
The thing I like about it is quick. If I come in to the Hangout and watch the whole, I don't know how long your countdown is at the beginning. It's forever.
60 seconds.
Yeah, too long. I'll wait until it's like 9:02, 9:03.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that part's done with, and then I go in.
Yeah, I had a choice of 30 or 60. I decided on 60 because it gives me time to make sure everything's cool, and also
make sure the pig is on the shelf, and etc.
It takes sometimes 10 seconds for, when I click start broadcast and you click start broadcast again, and it can take up to 10 seconds for it to actually come online. Meanwhile, it's counting down. So you might, as a viewer, you might think that I'm actually starting at 50 sometimes, because it can take that long for
that's in order for the Facebook and the YouTube and all the other places you're going to sync up. That makes sense.
It takes a few seconds for it to for me to actually be on.
Yeah, there's going to be some latency involved. That makes sense.
So
that makes sense.
And plus, with 60 seconds, if you're on replay, just move up a notch. No big deal. And some people say
replay. You can do that.
Some people say that the nobody wants to sit through a countdown, and my thing is, well, just scroll past it.
Yeah. Move your mouse a little bit to the right and click there, and you'll have 4 seconds to wait. That'll work. That'll work.
Bob's your uncle. Oh, that's an English phrase. Bob's your uncle.
Oh yeah. And I always wonder, well, where's this Uncle Bob? I have an Uncle Howard, but I don't know Uncle Bob. And they said, Bob's my uncle today. And that doesn't make sense.
And Marvis is saying that she saw the show last night. Thank you, Marvis. That was so fun. That really was.
So if she's got a computer, obviously she does. Marvis, do you have a camera and a microphone?
Oh, she's been on a couple of times. She was on. She was on this week. You missed it.
Well, then that's another time that I just missed something.
Yeah.
The list is getting bigger and bigger.
Got to keep up, man.
One last share, and then I'll get out of your hair.
Okay.
On the 12th, Monday coming, how to create a rock star influencer media kit will be the episode. So if you know anybody working on a media kit, somebody that's in media that has like a community newspaper or something, they might want to be there.
I will be there. Yes.
Yeah, Neil Schaefer gave me the ammunition. Shout out for Neil, because he's the one that first put together the blog post and caught my eye, and I said, oh, this is going to work.
This is why people need to check out the Guy R. Cook Report. Am I right?
Yeah, there's over 1,000 episodes. And the reason for that is I started in 2016. Each episode is, if it's 2 minutes long, you got a giant in the jungle. Or
That's
I used
good.
to.
People
I
want the
used to.
info fast.
Yeah, yeah. They don't have time to sit there and listen to me giving shout outs to everybody that joins.
Tutorial.
Yeah, I just stick mostly to, if the thing is about how to create a influencer media kit, that's all we're going to talk about. We're not going to talk about email addresses or pictures on the wall. Oh gosh, I got to show you that. I've been busy. They had a kit, holds 30 pounds. This little thing makes a little tiny hole in the wall. It's not like where you screw in the molly bolts and have a great big thing to patch. You could just take the spackle and just take your finger and smear over that hole, and you got the job done. Paint it, you're done.
Okay, cool.
So anyway, I got to go find out about the movie.
Okay, enjoy the movie. Don't sneak in the popcorn, because that's how they make their money, with popcorn sales.
Darlene used to have this big, huge purse, right? And if you ever heard, the sound that a pop can makes when you open it and going, yeah. If you're sitting there in the dark and all of a sudden you hear, then you know that Darlene in the theater. And if you hear the sound of a hamburger wrapper coming off, oh yeah, it was a big purse. She could put 2 or 3 cans of pop. We'd go to the Jack in the Box right next to the theater and get a couple of hamburgers, and we'd tailgate into the theater. Oh yeah,
tailgate as a verb. I love it.
Yeah. So anyway,
try to keep them in business by buying their concessions. At least as one.
I might come in tomorrow. I'm not going to promise. I don't know what the future holds.
10 o'clock, which is 7 o'clock your time.
Yeah, I'm up that early, but I'm also going to be, getting ready for Monday. So
I got you.
A lot of keys in the lock to make that influencer media kit happen.
Gotcha. Well, I'm here every day, 6 days a week. So whenever you drop in, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, bye. I will see you later.
Peace out.
Yeah, take care. Cool. So that is pretty much it. We've already reached the high of 90 degrees. Supposedly, now, even though it's sunny right now, let me check, because, these forecasts change like by the second. So now it says, whoa. So it said before, it said 4 o'clock, 30% chance of thunderstorms. Now they're saying 60% chance of thunderstorms at 4. So I think they're serious. And I do hope that it stops soon, because, there's events tonight that I don't want to get rained out. Like the one, what's it called? Where is it? At the Fruit. That starts at 7, from 7 until midnight, free admission. So, and that's going to have, music, art, dance, fun, food. That starts at 7. So let's hope that the thunderstorms and everything is over by 7. So you can go ahead and start at 4, but please end by 7. I'd appreciate that. Okay. So folks, that is pretty much it. I will be back tomorrow at 10 for Bull City Hangout. And if you're up by then, I'll see you then, hopefully. Ciao for now.